everyone! Thank you for coming back to my channel and seeing my lessons for today. So for today, our lesson is still about completing the squares. The method completing the squares, finding the roots, but involving algebraic expressions. So for example, this one. Quantity 15b minus 18 times the quantity of b plus 1. So first, we should apply the FOIL method, wherein simple terms, you just have to multiply 15b times b, that is 15b squared. Next, 15b times 1. That's it. That is plus 15b. Next is negative 18 times b. That is negative 18b. Then next is negative 18 times 1. That's negative 18. Then, after multiplying them, we will combine like terms. Copy 15b squared plus or minus. Now, the sign here depends on these two like terms. 18b plus 15b. But since they have different signs, negative 18b and positive 15b should be subtracted. And since negative 18 is negative, the highest value is negative, so our second term is negative 3b. Copy negative 18. Next is if you have watched my previous video, so we subtract the whole equation. We divide the whole equation by whatever value on the first term. And here it's 15, so divided by 15. Then cancel. Then b squared minus 3 over 15b minus 18 over 15 equals to 0. Then, next step is to transfer the third term to the other side of the equation. B squared minus 3 over 15b is equal to 18 over 15. Since here it's negative, then if you transfer that to another side of the equation, that will be positive. Then next is transform this into a perfect square. So b squared minus, for the second term of the trinomial, you should divide the value of this into 2. So 3 over 15 divided by 2. Then b plus, since it's negative, plus. Next is square this value. So 3 squared, that's 9, over 15 squared, that's 225. Then 2 squared, it's 4, is equal to, copy, 18 over 15. Then you should add this to the other side of the equation, since technically in math, whatever value or operation or equation that you have added on the left side, you should add it on the right side. So 9 over 225 over 4. And next is transform it into a binomial, that's b minus, then here's the trick. Just copy the value in the second term, 3 over 15 divided by 2, and close it with a parenthesis and raise it to the power of 2 is equal to, input this on your calculator, this one, and you shall have 121 over 100. Then our next goal is to eliminate the power. So to eliminate the power, you should put square root. You should square root the both sides of the equation. Then this power will be cancelled and cancelled. Then b minus, input this on your calculator, and you should have 1 over 10 is equal to positive and negative 11 over 10. And now break this thing up. So b minus 1 over 10 is equal to, you should separate the negative 11 over 10 and the positive 11 over 10. 11 over 10 b minus 1 over 10 is equal to negative 11 over 10. So our first root, b first root, is equal to, copy 11 over 10, transfer this to the other side of the equation. It will become 1 over 10. Then our first root is 6 over 5. The next one is our second root is equal to, copy negative 11 over 10, transfer this to the other side of the equation, plus 1 over 10. So our second root is negative 1. So here are the roots of the equation. Here are the roots of the equation. 15b minus 18 times the quantity of b plus 1. First root is 6 over 5, and second root is negative 1. And guys, for our second equation, for second to the last for this video, so 3b multiplied by 5b, so that is 15b squared. 3b times 1, that's plus 3b. Next, negative 18 times 5b, that's negative 90b. Negative 18 times 1, that's negative 18. Then next, combine like terms. 15b squared. Now 3b plus negative 90b. It's negative 87b. Copy minus 18 equals to 0. Then, what should we do next? Divide the whole equation by the value of whatever value here in the first term. So that's 15. Cancel out. So left is b squared minus 87 over 15b minus 18 over 15 is equal to 0. Then next step is to transfer negative 18 over 15 to the other side of the equation. B squared minus 87 over 15b is equal to 18 over 15. Then make this to a perfect square trinomial. B squared minus, divide this value by 2, 87 over 15 divided by 2, b, plus square the number 87, that is 7,569 over 15 square, that's 225 over 2 squared, that's 4. Then copy 18 over 15, then plus 7,569 69 over 225 over 4. Then simplify. B minus 87 over 15 over 2 squared is equal to, put this on your calculator and you should have 961 over 100. Then to eliminate the power, enclose it with the square root. Cancel, cancel. You should have B minus 29 over 10 is equal to positive and negative 31 over 10. Next, break this thing up. B minus 29 over 10 is equal to 31 over 10. Next, B minus 29 over 10 is equal to negative 31 over 10. Our first root, copy 31 over 10, transfer 29 over 10 to the other side of the equation. 29 over 10. Our first root is 6. Second, B second root is negative 31 over 10, transfer plus 29 over 10. Our second root is negative 1 over 5. So here are the roots of the equation, 6 and negative 1/5.